If you're thinking about moving to the suburbs just outside Philly and you want something that is charming, walkable, and has a great community feel, you need to seriously consider media. But there are a few things that might surprise you. I'm Marina Ruiz, a real estate agent here in Philadelphia and the surrounding suburbs, and a lot of my buyers right now are asking me about media, especially those who are torn between staying in the city and going to the suburbs. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down what it's actually like to live in media, who it's perfect for, and who should not move here. Media is located in Delaware County, about 30 minutes from Center City, Philadelphia. But if you're going to South Philly or the stadiums and you're in media, you could get there in no traffic, about 19 to 20 minutes. I say that from memory because my best friend lives out in media. Shout out to Caitlin. Obviously, this depends on traffic patterns. What makes media different from a lot of the other suburbs is that it actually has a downtown. And I don't mean just a strip mall with Starbucks. I mean walkable State Street, local bars, restaurants, shops, cafes, events happening all the time, and people who are actually out walking about. Media is literally known for being everybody's hometown, and it actually feels like that. Let's talk about why so many buyers are targeting media right now. Number one, like I said, the walkability. This is the number one thing. A lot of the suburbs around Philly, you need a car to get places. In media, you can walk to dinner, walk to go grab a coffee, go to bars, and walk to local events that are happening. That's a big deal for people who live in the city and don't want to lose that lifestyle. Number two is dining and lifestyle. Media has one of the best small town food scenes in Delco. You've got casual spots, nicer date spots, and tons of outdoor dining. And one of the biggest things, dining under the stars. It's absolutely gorgeous. State Street closes off for cars and is pedestrian only. Very European-esque. They put a bunch of tables outside on Wednesday nights throughout the summer, and you can literally dine under the stars. That's the kind of lifestyle that people don't really expect in the suburbs. Number three is community feel. Media is very community driven. You'll see local festivals, farmers markets, and people who actually know each other throughout the town. This is not one of those suburbs where everyone disappears into their house. 4, school districts. Majority of media falls into the Rose Tree Media School District, which is a big draw for buyers, especially for those who are planning to have kids in the future. This is one of the biggest reasons that people choose media over staying in Philly. Number 5 is the access to Philly. Because although they're moving out to the suburbs to maybe not stay in Philly, they still miss it and want to head back. Because let's be honest, Philly is the greatest city in the world. You're about 20 to 35 minutes to Center City, depending on where you're going and what time of the day you're leaving. In media, you have access to the SEPTA Regional Rail. You also have trolley access to. So if you still work in the city, it's very doable. Now, let's talk real numbers, because this is where buyers get caught off guard. In media, you're mostly going to find old colonials, twins, a lot of single detached family homes, and a few townhomes and condos. Now, if you're looking at smaller homes that still need some updates, your price range is probably going to be from about $350,000 to $500,000 for those smaller twin homes, smaller detached family homes, and these are the ones that still need some updating. Updated homes in a good location, a little bit larger in square footage, you're going to find from anywhere between $500,000 to $700,000. And then those larger, beautiful, detached homes on big lots in a great location can go anywhere from between $700,000 up to over $1 million, easily. Now, here's the thing that most people don't realize. If you want to be walkable to State Street, you're paying a premium. A house walkable to State Street versus 10 minutes outside of downtown media, the borough, can be a difference of $75,000 to $150,000. Now, media is great. I love media, but you guys know I keep it honest here. Media is not for everyone. There's a price versus space trade-off. Because media is so desirable, you're not always getting as much space as maybe you'd like for your money. Some buyers come from South Jersey or further out in Delco and walk into a house and like, wait, you get this for $600K? And not in a good way. The second con is parking. If you're close to downtown, parking can actually feel a little city-like. You have street parking, limited driveways, and tight roads. It's not a deal breaker, but it is something to understand. Number 3, the inventory is tight. Media doesn't have a ton of inventory, so when something hits the market, it moves fast. A lot of my buyers in media are competing. Number 4, not for everyone. If you want a lot of space, a big yard, and that quiet, distant suburban feel, media may not be for you. Media is perfect for buyers who are leaving the city and still want walkability. Young couples, first-time home buyers leveling up, people who want community and lifestyle, and people who don't want to feel stuck in their suburb house. Media is probably not for you if you want a big new construction house, a big yard, you don't care about walkability, and you want the absolute most space for your money. In that case, I'd probably point you to parts of Havertown, Springfield, maybe even Westchester, or the outskirts of media. A lot of this video is hyper local to the borough of media when I'm talking about space. The price and everything else still remains the same, but you can find some spacious, more quiet parts of media if you're outside of the borough. Here's what I tell most of my buyers about media. It's one of the only suburbs of Philly where you're not sacrificing the lifestyle that you maybe had in the city. A lot of suburbs will give you space, but media gives you a different version of city living. And that's why demand stays strong here. If you're thinking about moving to media or even just trying to figure out where you should land in Philly, Delco, or the main line, please reach out to me. I would love to be a resource to you. You can email me or text me anytime. I'll help you figure out what actually fits your lifestyle and not just what looks good online.